Alright, it's time to solder up my 401 ESC on my 6-inch smooth operator. I was going to put these little O-rings underneath it because sitting on just its grommets, one of these little caps is really close to the carbon fiber, and I mean really close, too close for me. But even that, go away cat, I'm doing something. Even that, it sits up really high, and I want to try to put the flight controller on top of it. So to dig around for some little bitty washers. Let's try some little washers. Alright, decided to use some of these little silver washers underneath the ESC. Probably can't see that. See if I can focus on that. Try to get the stack as low as I can. That's plenty of room for the ESC, the ESC wires, the motor wires to fit through here. I'm going to put the motor wires actually around the standoffs. There's no standoffs here. Let's see what I got here. I'm going to have to go with some shorter bolts there too. Oh no, I'm not. Anyway, alright, back to what I was talking about. As you can see, the flight controller is well below the line of the top plate. So there's still plenty of room to slide a strap through here, and the strap is actually going to put pressure, just enough pressure on the flight controller to keep it from moving, which I doubt it'll move anyway. There's hardly any room there, but that way I don't have to use any nuts on top of it, because I really don't have room for nuts to hold the flight controller down. This is how I got my 5-inch done, and it's been flying great. Haven't had any problems. No nuts. Don't need nuts. So that's how I'm doing it. If anybody else wants to copy the way and wants to put their flight controller in the middle, the only reason I'm putting the flight controller above the ESC is because I want all this space back here for my capacitor, and I don't want the VTX will be back here. I don't really want it below the flight controller. And I put my receiver behind the camera up here, so I don't need the space underneath the ESC. So I'm not too worried about how low that is. Lots of room between the carbon fiber and the ESC too. This hobby wing, oh come on. This hobby wing is actually sits a little lower. It's a little flatter, smaller components than the Speedix IS 30 amp that I got on my 5-inch smooth operator. So that worked out really nice. Gonna run my power wire. I'll probably go ahead and do the power wire and solder up the motors. Alright, I'm actually pre-bending my power wires before I actually tin them, because I'm going to do them just like that, right through the arm, or right between the arm and the ESC. That seems like the best way to do it. I don't really want them going straight out and then having to curve them like that, just in case I need this space back here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's move this. A lot of heat. Get off of there. More heat. Alright. What do we do first? Let's do the Let's do the ground wire first. Don't spend all day soldering this either. Ooh, that wire got hot. Like a motherfucker. The ESC is not very hot. Ah, motherfucker. Probably should have used something else to do that. That's probably fine, but I think I want to redo that power wire because I want to move it back a little bit off the ground wire. I don't like how high it's sitting up. Just move it back a little. Turn it a little. Ooh, that shit's hot. Damn. Damn you hot. Thanks, GoPro. I'm gonna try to hold this with some tweezers. Trying to hold the wire down and hold the end of it. It's a pain in the ass. There we go. Oh, let me clean the tip. Put some fresh solder on it. Solder. Got a cat. Don't blow on it. You're not supposed to blow on it. Do as I say, not as I do. I don't know how good that ground one looks. Eh, good enough. Yeah, I like that better. Alright, snaking the motor wires underneath my this thing to stop focusing. Snaking it underneath my power wires to go to the ESC, like so. First I'm going to take this motor back off and sand down this edge of the arm where the wires are going to cross over it. Anytime you got a wire crossing over a sharp edge of the carbon fiber, take a file, diamond file. Thanks Impulse RC for these diamond files, still using them. Take a diamond file and file that down. Do it under some water though, or just get the file wet. Sometimes that's all I need to do. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Just get the file wet and, you know, rub that edge off. You don't want any little bump in that wire. It's gonna cut right through that silicone. All right, let's do that. Oh no. Scratched it all up. It's no good now. Everybody's so sensitive about their carbon fiber. How it looks. Man, this thing's gonna get smashed, bashed. I ain't too concerned about the way the carbon fiber is gonna look. That's good. You don't have to do a whole lot, just a little bit. Baby smooth. You don't even have to change anything. Doesn't hurt to train the wire. You gotta train it a little bit. Get over here, wire. There we go. Get yourself some good tweezers. Very important. Good tweezers. Alright, there we go. Through the power of the internet, we now have 4 motors soldered to the Hobby Wing 45 amp 4-in-1 ESC. Next, I was trying to figure out where I was going to put my, or solder my VTX power ground to. I realized that this thing has got like little pads on the bottom, and you can tin them without having to actually unsolder your power wires on the other side, which is very convenient. Good job, Hobby Wing. I was cursing you for not having another pad on your stupid 4-in-1 ESC. Still would have liked to have a, you know, another pad to give power to something like a VTX or whatever you're powering. That's pretty much all I power is the VTX off of LiPo. I don't want to do it through the flight controller. Seems like a bad idea. All that juice going through your flight controller. There we go. No problem. Where's my things there? There we go. Stop, cat. Fucking cats. Perfect. Not perfect, but it's alright. So if you're looking for a place to connect power to something on your Hobby Wing 4-in-1, I might just get my head in that shot. Damn it. You could also do the, probably solder the capacitor down there. I might do that too. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Just about finished on the 6-inch smooth operator. Left my VTX wires a little long because I wasn't sure which way it was going to go. Go back and shorten those, but yeah. Just wanted to show it real quick. Really just wanted to show the flight controller ESC. Get the focus on it. There we go. Not a lot of room there. But I'm stubborn. I like to put my flight controller and ESC in the same stack. I like having the capacitor back here in the back, so I got lots of room for the VTX. So this worked out good. You really gotta it's trial and error getting this stack to fit in here just right. A lot of trial and error. I use little washers. Get the ESC as low as possible. All the ESC is sitting on is little washers, and make sure those washers aren't touching any components. Because I had one that was pretty close, so I put a little plastic washer in there. So I got 3 metal washers, 1 plastic washer. But it came out pretty nice. No nuts. The just pressure from the top plate on the strap is holding that flight controller in there. No nuts. That is... I got nothing left now, it's done. Just got to put the back on, or the back plate, and it will be done. Came out pretty good, took my time. Oh, I did not have the proper MMCX. I needed a 90-degree and a longer pigtail, which I didn't have, but I did have this little dipole. So I'm going to test it out with the dipole. Dipole, baby! And I'm just going to use some tape and wrap these motor wires on the side like that, and just run some tape over them. My orange duct tape makes it easier to find the quad too, with that orange duct tape on there. And I sanded down the edge here because the wires are going to rub on it a little bit. Yeah. That way the props are going to be spinning inward, so they're not going to hit the wires. Not have to put any plastic over them or anything. I like it. I like it a lot.